Hello everybody, welcome to the Master Wing channel. Thank you for tuning in. We are hopping right into some sick wingspan gameplay. And we got dealt 5 wetland birds. And 2 of these I'm really liking. The Pukeko. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that bird, but let you lay an egg on an adjacent bird. And then the yellow-headed blackbird, that takes care of the Oceania egg issue. However, if I only have those 2 birds, the Pukeko could fill up the yellow-headed blackbird quickly. So I'm thinking the Forster's turn might be something with this star nest. And maybe the kelp gull, honestly. We could do nest box builder. Yeah, the star nest, Forster's turn. We could put the Pukeko in between those. And then there's nectar in the tray. I'll probably keep an extra card. The kelp gull's hit or miss for me. I don't think I've fully utilized that bird. I've played it a few times when I just had a ton of food. I'm not sure if this is the direction or this game kind of merits a kelp gull play, but we'll see. We're being greedy at the start, keeping 4 birds. Of course, starting with that 1 nectar helps. And I think I'm just going to dig after this. I think we're just going to dig, stick with Nest Box Builder. And that is all she wrote. There is a, what was it, a nuthatch in the tray? No, I lied. There was Savi's Warbler in the tray. I am skipping my opponent's turns here just to speed up the gameplay so you don't have to watch 40 minutes of gameplay. Maybe you can watch 20. My opponent, I guess, picked up the mallard or played the mallard. And then we go into Eurasian nuthatch. We picked it up from the tray. And now I can at least have some assistance getting down these wetland birds. It could turn into a full tuck. We will see. But we take advantage of that nuthatch, and I think it's hard to do a full tuck completely without at least some type of forest or food gaining bird, obviously. So my opponent plays Black Vulture. Interesting play, no predators on the board, but it's free. We know what the Black Vulture does, and the mallard is always a solid base game wetland choice. I'm going to go straight into the yellow-headed blackbird, draw cards, get an egg down, and then it could be a speedy setup here. First end-around goal is sets of eggs. I'm not seeing us even qualifying for that. 4 turns left. I don't think I'm going to be able to play a grassland bird yet. Just kind of stacking up on food right now. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to the 269 subscribers. I remember when we started out with 2, and I have some interesting wingspan analysis coming up, some birds I want to highlight, and some new ways to win. If you care at all about improving your wingspan game or just watching along, we're always trying to learn as we go. Please consider hitting that like or subscribe button for me. We can play the next 3 expansions together. Let's go. 3 turns left. We got 3 nectar. And I think we stick with the game plan here. I think the Pukeko is worth it. Kelp gull is not the move. And Forsters may or may get down. If I can draw something better, that'd be great. And to be honest with you, at this point in the game, I am considering the short-toed Treecreeper. Because as we try to foresee the future, by the way, this Silver Eye is awesome. Silver Eye is awesome when your opponent has it and it's a 1v1 game. Hands out nectar to all opponents, But this short-toed Treecreeper, I think I'm going to have an excess of eggs in the wetlands. And I've only got 1 turn left. He played Savi's. Interesting move there. He could have won the end-of-round goal, but instead elected to do the Savi's. He could have laid eggs. So probably a method to the madness. I'm hoping he doesn't have a Chiff Chaff. But I think I'm gonna try this short-toed tree creeper, honestly. Let's see what we draw. California quail and sandhill, probably not gonna work. And we pull up with the tree creeper. When's the last Oceania game you saw utilize a short-toed tree creeper? Let alone the European base game. It's just a rare bird to pull off, and with the nerfed grassland in Oceania, I've yet to see a short-toed tree creeper play. We're going to try to make it work. New ways to win. That's what we're about on the Master Wing channel. We get to go first on the second round. Blyce Hornbill and Rednecked Avocet are kind of jumping out at me. The Rednecked Avocet could let me gain a worm, and my opponent does have a worm. And then the Hornbill is like one of those potential bird bombs. It is situational, but it does go with my nest box builder. So I think we will grab those. And here we go, laying eggs in the wetlands. Looks like we've already filled up this yellow-headed blackbird. And we're kind of wavering right now. I'm wondering if we even fill up the blackbird, because all the birds I have in hand are potential plays for me. Either they go with nest box builder or high point birds. I think in hindsight, maybe I should tuck the Rednecked Avocet, because the Treecreeper is going to expand that forest for me. But we elect to skip, and then Rule 16, check it out. Ottowine's Gull would have been great for us, and then we reveal the White Stork as well. So, I don't know if this is going to be the game, but you know we like to try things. I think the Treecreeper has room for some serious upgrading. And what I mean by that is the brown power, that play another bird power. When you start your wingspan career, right, we talk about combining habitat actions like laying eggs in the wetlands or gaining food in the grassland. But there's only 3 birds that I know of. I mean, I think. Pause. Willy Wagtail in the tray. And it goes in the forest. I think I have to pick up the Willy Wagtail. But as I was saying, the 3 birds that have the play a bird power, the common moorhen, the goldcrest, and the Treecreeper. I think the goldcrest is the best. You only need an extra card, and it's the cheapest. But if Elizabeth, I know she's not going to watch this video, but if we could expand upon that brown power and let you play birds outside of the forest or outside of the wetlands, like in any habitat. We've seen improvements on tucking powers. We've seen improvements on predator powers, card drawing powers. But we haven't seen a ton of upgrades on those 3 birds. They're rarely played, and maybe it would be too powerful. But I think if you could play it in any habitat, I mean, the max amount you can activate a Goldcrest or a Treecreeper is like, what, 4 times? And think if you could play another bird in the grassland or wetland, that would be so sick to combine that play a bird action. I hope maybe one day they can upgrade this brown power. Anyway, hopping back to the in-game analysis, we are racking up the food here. I don't know, midway through round 2, it feels a little slow. Sometimes you have 5 birds in round 1, right? But we got the nuthatch down first, the pukeko was a little expensive, and we kept drawing cards. The tray kept providing birds that I could potentially play, and I think the majority of players would probably just pass over this short-toed Treecreeper, but I want to prove that it's possible or it's viable in Oceania. You know, we'd call so many birds situational. Is this the situation? We will see if it works out. Silver Eye giving us some nectar. You know, sometimes in round 1 you have 4 or 5 birds already played, so I'm hoping we get some acceleration here, and then the mid to late game will probably be playing more high point birds and working on this air sando approach. With the eggs that I have, the pukeko and the blackbird, and then possibly the California quail, I don't really see a need to dip into the grassland. So that's kind of nice that we can ignore that part. Sometimes that's a struggle. But here we go, Treecreeper action. I'm debating which one to play. We've got the robin, the wagtail, and the quail. I'm leaning towards the quail just because of that egg issue I just mentioned. The quail is one of those birds, I might have already said it, but it's one of those birds that got a boost in the Oceania expansion. To lay eggs in the forest is huge. I think we lean towards the quail here, and we have enough food to play it. So now the quail can help fuel the Treecreeper even more, and we will be on the lookout for some other forest birds to play. I think the willy wagtail might be next. We will see. The tray, with my opponent having that white stork, we're going to have to look out for that tray. It's being reset quite a bit. I mean, white stork and silver eye. I'm not sure if we are set up for success here. That could be a deadly combination. And, oh man, this tray. I think the bobolink and the wood stork at this point in the game is too good to pass up. My strategy isn't, super focused on engine building per se. It's more like, setting up, drawing the cards, getting those eggs, and then we're going to migrate to the forest, set that forest up, and then, like I said, the late game, we're just going to play all the birds that we can that score the most points. So the wood stork I thought was appropriate, and the bobolink, honestly, can give me some more eggs. I think those white powers have got an improvement in the Oceania as well as far as playability. And you see we tucked the beloved Blyce hornbill. I really wanted to play that bird at some point, and I know it was a nest box builder bird, but I don't see any bird that's going to have a ton of cavity nest eggs. And of course the hornbill needs those eggs on the cavity nest. So since I'm not going into the grassland, I decided to tuck that one. I think if I could have my choice, the California quail would be replaced with the bush tit. And then since that's a star nest, I could have played Blyce hornbill after all the bush tit nest spaces were filled up. Anyway, we're getting a little bit of tempo here. We have Nectar, one turn left, beak pointing to the right. We are going to lose that one. I think it might be wagtail time. I'm debating between American Robin. That'd be a negative play. But the wagtail could gain me some extra cards that I need. Of course, all the bowl nests and star nests. Again, if you have not subscribed, I have a analysis on the wagtail coming up. I think you will find it interesting and something to keep in mind. You do not want to miss it, so please feel free to help me out and support that channel and subscribe. And since we're gaining food, why not play another bird? It's Treecreeper action. And we're doing wagtail. We are doing wagtail. And we're doing extremely well on the nectar as far as the wetlands and the forest. That's the power of the forest engine. And I'm not scoring a ton of points in this forest, but we are getting, it feels like we're building up to the climax of the game. Probably expanding more, so at least one more time on the forest, and then we will unload with the wood stork, the trumpeter swan, the spoonbill. And did we pick up, how did we get to pick up a card there? Oh, Savi's Warbler. Savi's Warbler gave us a card. And okay, the tray has settled down. The white stork probably going to replace that soon. But the hermit thrush may be a bird I need to try for the Treecreeper. I don't have enough eggs to do the Treecreeper again, so we'll probably have to draw cards. So my opponent gained food. He does have the little penguin down. And even though he has that white stork, he doesn't look like he has a great grassland engine. So Looks like we are going straight into Trumpeter Swan. I think we're getting ready to throw down the Bobolink. And of course the Bobolink lays eggs on all those ground nests, so the Trumpeter Swan helps me with that. Could really use some more eggs. Question is, do we gain food and play the Bobolink? Or do we draw cards for eggs? I think we need to draw cards here and gain some eggs. Because before I play the Bobolink, I might as well put the Hermit Thrush down because it has a star nest. And I'd gain one more egg. And it didn't look like we flopped anything good there from the top deck, but that's okay. We're getting the eggs needed. And man, it seems like this nest box builder is proving difficult. I had the Forster's turn back from the start of the game. I don't think that's going to be played. Sometimes you end up really focusing on bonus cards only to receive an extra 2, 3, or 4 points. Might not always be worth it in this scenario. Forster's turn is getting out of here, but we will look out for some other nest box builder. The Hermit Thrush is going to count for us, and even though the Hermit Thrush brown power isn't going to be activated, I mean, if you're gaining food, I'm a broken record here, you might as well score 5 points with the Hermit Thrush. Actually, it's less than that since we have to discard some eggs, but you know what I'm saying. Looks like my opponent may be going with a bonus card strategy as well. The Spotted Owl gets thrown down. That could be our Achilles heel, honestly. Might come down to bonus card points. Maybe this Willy Wagtail can provide something nice. And we're not doing great on the end of round goals either. This could be a huge fail. Maybe the Treecreeper isn't viable in Oceania. I didn't play a bunch of power play birds after the Treecreeper. I'm hoping this Quail and this Wagtail can pay off. And what did I say? The Wagtail, I reset the tray and I don't get any extra card. And I revealed the Chihuahuan Raven. So I'm back to the Willy Wagtail analysis. Stay tuned. Is the Willy Wagtail overhyped? Or is it an amazing card? I'll probably put a link in the description eventually. But stay tuned for that video. Don't want to miss it. And between the Screech Owl and the Hermit Thrush and the Robin, you know, I'm looking at, 8 turns left? I don't think the American Robin is worth it. I think it's a little late for the Robin for that negative play. And I know for sure I want to play the Wood Stork and the Spoonbill and the Bobolink. So we elect with the Hermit Thrush. Just increase our scoreboard a little bit. I don't know. It's coming together, I guess. I mean, we have the eggs, we have the food. I think 3 turns left, we gain food. We play Bobolink, and then Spoonbill or Wood Stork. See where we land here. It'd be interesting to see if he picks up the Chihuahuan Raven. It might be a little late for that. Maybe not. Maybe not. Looks like they let the Raven go. They played the Plains Wanderer, so they are doing a big push on the bonus card points. One bonus card that is going to skyrocket bonus card birds is that Asia bonus card called, I think it's Endangered Species Protector or something like that. And it's 3 points per endangered species or bonus card play. It's huge. When that card comes out in Asia, get ready for the 200-point Wingspan games. It will be super exciting. And here we are, racking up on the food to play, like I said, Bobolink and a bonus card bird. Speaking of that Chihuahuan Raven, come on, Wagtail. Oh, ironically, we get the Moorhen. Too late for that. Bummer. Treecreeper's done, although a nice combo you can do with the Treecreeper. those birds, those predator powers that allow you to play on top of another bird. I forgot the hawk's name. But you know what I'm saying. You can use the Treecreeper to play that. And also, I think the cassowary, you replace a bird in your forest and you get 4 eggs. So we will look out for the cassowary or any of those, but the Treecreeper probably is done. Bobolink was a, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-point play. So I'm glad we picked up the Bobolink. But that Chihuahuan Raven, I really am pushing. Not that I really have any pull. Everybody's got an opinion as my opponent plays the Magpie Lark. But on the house rules, the house rules are being revisited. Something the tournament Discord server is doing. Suspense, Roseate Spoonbill. Hold on. Don't want to miss this. Oh. I think we go with Large Bird Specialist because the Wood Stork will get me at least 3 points on the low side. That's not the point potential I wanted, but I am seeing more and more beats on my side or my opponents. People who are playing the Ravens, the Gulls, and the Killdeers, waiting for round 2, obviously with these tournament house rules, and getting spanked. Myself included. That's not to brag. That's not to say anything. I know that's a relatively small sample size, but the tournament Discord is hosting a tournament right now, I think, where, you know, they're collecting data. There's no house rules, and you have to take a survey after every game. Of course, you know, that could be skewed. You know, you don't always get dealt those cards, obviously, and, you know, I don't know how many times you can control the accuracy of activating Ravens in round 1, but I just think in Oceania, waiting 8 turns to play a card can just put you so far behind by the time you actually get it down. And with only laying 2 eggs in the grassland, people, I mean, 1 pink power, 1 bronzed cowbird or cuckoo, and you are toast with the gull. And I've seen it from personal experience. I'm laying 2 eggs, I'm discarding an egg for 2 cards, and then my opponent gets an egg because of its pink power. I'm telling you, we're getting smoked from 1 pink power and those house rules. That's my opinion. Like it or not, I'm sorry. I had to say it since we saw the Chihuahuan Raven. 3 turns left in the game, and we drew cards and pulled the Eastern Bluebird. It was crucial for my nest box builder. I'm debating which of these birds in the tray that my opponent could use. I don't see myself using the Fairy Wren or the Lazuli Bunting. But a turn or 2 previously, I drew cards, and like I said, I needed that Bluebird, and I also picked up a Chaffinch, which could really help me get rid of these extra cards. My opponent plays Ryebill. These bonus cards are just racking up. And we have enough eggs for the Wood Stork and the double play, so we go ahead with the Wood Stork first. Making sure we allocate our nectar correctly here. We are tied for the wetlands. And I could use a better bonus card pull, to be honest with you. And we get a 2-point bird counter. That's okay. The Chaffinch will add to that. 2 turns left in the game. I think we do the double play, and then we tuck our remaining cards. Let's see here. They do have the Magpie Lark, so they have to... The goal is lay eggs in the grassland, but they need at least 2 eggs in their forest. The Eastern Bluebird, that's going to be a 3-point play by itself. Then we add the Chaffinch, that's another 3 points, so that's 6. Plus the bird counter bonus card, so that's 8. Plus, we completed the nest box builder on the low side. So that's, what, 12 points, I think? Maybe 11. 11 or 12 points on that one. I'm happy that we pulled that one off. We did complete the large bird specialist on the low end. And with one turn left, I think we're going to be able to get rid of all of our cards. And that is something I love to see. It feels like we made the most of our extra resources. I think we may pull this one off. It just depends on these bonuses. We didn't do well on the end-around goals, and he's probably going to win the eggs in the grassland as well. But check it out. Tucked all the cards, discarded the cards for extra eggs. I'm thinking we had a better board. Started heavy in the wetlands. Then our Treecreeper accelerated us to the 4 food gaining in the forest. And then we migrated towards the grassland towards the end, and it looks like we may win all 3 nectar battles. So what started out to be kind of a bleak round 1, it seems like we put together a decent game. I get a nectar, which doesn't really help me at all. And like I said, we lose the end of round. He does have a magpie lark that he needs to activate for the yellow end game power. Hoping this isn't just a massive play right here. It does need to be played in the grassland though. Brewer's Blackbird, unless that's a bonus card play, that's probably not the best card they wanted to pull out, but sometimes that's how the card draw is. And this Nectar may be the turning point. We've got a 9-point advantage on Nectar. Here comes the score. Thank you for watching this far. And check it out. 58 bird points. Not bad at all. 12 to 11 on the bonus cards. I thought they might have more. And we each had 7 eggs. And we pull away with the tucks and the Nectar. 112 score, not bad. 84, good game, Kakari. Looks like maybe they had some tough white stork pulls, maybe. And maybe not the best bonus cards that they wanted. Prairie Manager, Diet Specialist, Ethologist, and the unlucky Viticulturist. Wow. When's the last time you saw an Oceania Treecreeper game? We wanted to try to win and to get a good score. And so that's what we did. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace.